Hi everyone and welcome to another Gamma FAQ video. Today is going to be much like the previous FAQ video where it's going to be quick fire questions with simple answers. Things that either people have asked or tips that people have left in the comments, and where possible I will include a name for who's mentioned it. So first, I would also just like to point out that I have many guides on the channel for Gamma now. There's one for healing, there's one for repair and replacement of parts, there's one for upgrading, and there's one for getting started. And I've also got a few playthroughs. Please do check those out, as they will be helpful to you if there's something that's not answered here. If you have any technical issues, my advice is to join the official Gamma Discord. Either use their search function or ask in chat, and people will be very happy to help you. There are many users over there who have more experience with the technical side of things than I do here. Now, with that said, let's move on to some of today's FAQ. So the first thing I wanted to mention is regarding sleep. When you sleep in Gamma, the longer you sleep, the more you heal. This is because the hourly rate for healing is tied into each of the limbs and your main health. So if you sleep for longer, you heal more. So it is beneficial to sleep longer. This was pointed out by Mr. Whisk in the comments, and I've confirmed it with the official Discord as well. So sleeping longer will heal you more. So the next one I wanted to quickly mention is traveling to your stashes, as a few people had asked this. When you place down your own stash, it appears on the map as a stash and you can have it as a name. So this one is Bandanner Clear Skybase. And if I right click on that, I can do moving and I can get fast travel cost. If I click that, it will tell me the fast travel cost. Then I can right click and click moving and I will travel to it. Next up is if you take a look in your inventory, you can see here the F1 to F4 keys can be utilized for healing items, or you can even put food in there if you wish, and it's a quick way to drink or eat. I'm terrible, I always forget to hit the F keys or forget what is on the F keys and end up just going into my inventory to use stuff, but in an emergency situation it could be very handy to know exactly what is on your F keys and use those for healing. Now the next little tip comes from Mr. Art John. Now, it used to be that when you spoke to everyone in the game, you could also ask if they would like to trade. That isn't actually an option on this main screen anymore. So if you press shift, it will automatically take you into a trade with that person. And that applies to any NPC pretty much. I can walk up to any of these guys. I can hit F. And then I can press shift and immediately go to trade with them, and they will be willing to trade various things from their inventory for a price. Next thing I wanted to mention is just regarding saving. Something that comes up from time to time is the need to daddy save. You'll have seen me do it in my playthroughs. When you're near a campfire, you can hit F5, or if you're in a friendly base, you can hit F5 and save. However, if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you really need to save before you go into a mission or something like that, before you're suspecting you're about to die, you can hold down shift and press F5 and do a daddy save. These can only be done every so many minutes. However, they are very handy in a pinch when you are out in the middle of nowhere. So that again is shift and F5. Something interesting to note that you would have seen me do in my playthroughs is utilize the NPCs to carry things for me. So any NPC who is following you, be it one that is permanently following you or indeed one that is just following you on a quest, such as the quests where you are taking tourists to kill something in the zone. If you press C in front of them, you can click on exchange items. This will show you their inventory and your inventory, and you can have them carry items for you. Some NPCs will be able to carry more than others. NPCs can also use various weapons, and the weapons do not have to be repaired, and they do not require ammo to fire them. They have magic pockets, shall we say. The other way to do it is to walk up to them, speak to them, and then you can say, issue a command, and I want you to carry my loot, but they will tell you if their backpack is already full. Obviously, in this case, his backpack is actually already significantly full. Next up, Unum very kindly posted a few tips in a list in one of the comments, and I'll go over a few of those. So one thing is, if you're struggling to find an advanced toolkit, you can actually craft one. So if I go into my inventory and I right click to open the workbench, although I have advanced tools, if I actually go to the craft menu and then I click repair toolkits, you can see here that advanced tools is a craftable option. You require 5 metallic scraps and 5 basic tools, and obviously a basic tools to be able to craft the advanced tools. Make sure you have over 5 basic tools, as you will need the 6th one to do the crafting in the first place. You can also craft other army rifle kits, advanced weapon repair kits, things like that here, which will all come in handy, so don't underestimate the crafting system, it will be helpful to you. Another thing you can do with your toolkits, if you wish and you have lots of them, is you can actually give them to the engineers or the technicians. If you give them basic tools and gradually give them more tool sets, they will start stocking more items for you when they next refresh. It will not be immediate, but gradually they will start stocking more items other than just handgun repair kits, for example. Another good tip from Unum was that, just a reminder that if you loot PDAs, some of them will be locked. You can bring them to the technician/engineer and he will unlock them for you, and quite often they have locations for stashes and things on them where you will find more loot. Another interesting tip that came up while I was doing my streaming was a good reminder for me, because I completely forgotten it was there, is an additional zoom button. This is on mouse button 5, which for me is my forward button on the mouse. It's one of the thumb buttons. You can use this while you are zoomed in on iron sights. This does not work obviously if your gun has a scope, but if you have an iron sight, once you bring the iron sights up, you can zoom in further using that button. I will note, however, that I can't for the life of me find the control option for that in options. I cannot see anywhere where mouse button 5 is assigned, so if anyone knows that, please do let me know in the comments and I will stick it up in another video. But as it stands, it's defaulted to mouse button 5, and it is very handy when you are perhaps using a shotgun early game. And the last little thing I wanted to mention were the save game files. Now, someone asked me where the save game files are located. Obviously, this is the type of thing I would usually say, quick, go over to the Discord to search for, but just since we're here now, this is the location on the screen of the save game files. This is where they are stored, and this is where you need to place them if you were to make a second install of Gamma like I did. Well, that's everything. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. Do check out the other Gamma tutorials on the channel, and I'll see you all soon for some more videos.